Taiwanese president has started his tour of the Pacific. It has caused some contention as the island's president started the diplomatic journey in the US. Joining me live is Director of Taiwan's Legislator's Office, Puma Shen. Welcome to the show, Mr. Shen. Let's talk about the timing of the visit and the fact that it's going via Guam and Hawaii. Why is this significant, coming just before Trump will be inaugurated in January?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important because our president inauguration date is actually May 20th. So usually within 3 or 4 months, we usually having some visit to the allies. And so actually we're a little bit late this time. But still, I think it's significant because first we have to make sure that, our allies understand the situation right now, especially on the Taiwan Strait. And especially during right now the Biden administration, and we want to pave the road for the next administration to make sure that, not just our allies, but also other countries, all share, the same value, would also understand what we want to do. And so so going to all these Pacific islands through Hawaii, and then the U.S. know what's our position, I think is quite significant right now.
And are you expecting the Trump administration to be more transactional?
Yeah, we're not pretty sure about right now what's the position of the Trump administration, but still, we want to make sure that they understand what's the situation right now. And then we all know that some of his team actually have some very deep knowledge about Taiwan, so we are not really worried about that. But right now we're pretty worried about China's position because there are lots of drills and lots of jets and all this going on. During this visit, and China is using our president's visit as an excuse to say that they want all these drills happening on the Taiwan Strait. But actually, this drill is not targeting our president or it's not targeting Taiwan. They want to test the boundary of the U.S. They want to test whether in the future the Trump administration would react in this kind of situation. So right now, it's more about the China-U.S. relation, more than what's the relationship right now between China and Taiwan.
Would you agree, though, that nobody really wants a war? People in Taiwan, in the US, and perhaps a lot of people in China would prefer this, glorious ambiguity that is the status quo, no independence and no military invasion.
Yeah, definitely. I think no one wants the war happening here, especially here in Asia. But still, I think China's position is pretty clear. They really want the war. They really want to invade Taiwan because they still have the law saying that they could invade Taiwan anytime. And according to their soldiers or their generals from the PLA, they're saying that they want to blood wash our territory. They want to keep the island, but not the people. So even that Taiwanese people here, we do not want war. We still need to be prepared. Because China is the one wants to trigger the war. Taiwan is the one wants to invade Taiwan. And we really need to, show our resistance and also show our willingness that we want to defend our own country. I think that's crucial because right now China is trying to spread tons of disinformation all around the world, saying that, hey, the situation right now here on the Taiwan Strait is quite complicated. So do not take any stance unless you understand the situation. So this kind of narratives is kind of trending right now on social media, telling people do not, put your hand in this mess. But actually, China is pretty clear. They want to invade Taiwan.
I want to quickly ask about Taiwan's relations with the Pacific Islands, because allies used to shrug, however many Taiwan's, the remaining countries with which it still has diplomatic relations. But now it seems there's more support because this would actually hold back China influence in those countries. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. And I think China is, trying not just using money to bribe our allies, but also use some kind of forces to threaten them and making them try to cut the ties between all these allies and us. However, we're trying to build up this kind of relationship, not just through all this visit, but we're sharing our knowledge. It's not just chips, but also, there are lots of earthquakes here in Taiwan. And we're also sharing all these, techniques, how quick we detect any kind of disaster. We're good at disaster control. And we're good at agriculture. So we're sharing all this knowledge and trying to build up all this relationship with our allies there in Pacific Ocean. And right now, because some of the people actually are the origin are also from the Pacific Island here in Taiwan. So having all this also cultural ties, but not just democratic ties, I think is crucial right now to, having all these friends in Pacific Islands. And that's also the significance of our president visit this time.
So it's not just checkbook diplomacy. Is that the vibe you're getting from those?
Right. Yeah. People often talk about the trade, so talk about the money, but it's not just that.
You can't outspend China.
Right. And then I think it's quite crucial right now for all the people around the world to, understand the situation over there. Otherwise, it was so easy for, many people to be influenced, by TikTok or by social media. And then they would be swing, the opinion would be quite swayed and influenced by Chinese influence operation. And that's what we're worried about.
Thanks so much, Puma, for your insights and time today.